Hello friends, welcome to my channel Size World. So friends, in the last video we have read the English textbook reading, and today we are going to read the first chapter of EVS. Means we are going to read EVS also, and in some days we are going to read Marathi and Hindi also. So friends, in today's video we are going to read the first chapter of the EVS, uh, 6th standard EVS textbook, that is natural resources, air, water and land. So friends, we will start with our reading. Yes, the name of the chapter is natural resources, air, water and land. Observe. Observe the picture alongside and answer the questions. Where do we see the birds? Where do is where is the cow grazing? Locate the trees and the road. Where does the river come from? How it is? How does it flow? Where is the aeroplane? Where are the fish seen? On what is the sailboat floating? Natural resources. You can see that some things in the picture are in water, some on land, and some in the sky, that is in the air. Thus, all living things on the earth are associated with air, water, and land. Air, water, and land are called the Earth's atmosphere, hydrosphere, and lithosphere, respectively. Moreover, different living things occupy these three spheres of the earth. These living things are the part of the lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere, which they occupy together, called the biosphere. These spheres have formed on the earth naturally. We have learnt all this in the previous standards. The atmosphere is the layer of air that surrounds the earth. The surface of the earth comprises water and land, that is the hydrosphere and the lithosphere. Of those, the hydrosphere occupies much larger part than the lithosphere. Figure 1.2 shows the proportion of the land and water on the earth's surface. We also we also look upon these natural components in solid, liquid and gaseous forms as resources. In other words, we use them to fulfill our requirements. Let us now study all these three components in detail. Air, water, and land are the factors important for sustaining the living world on the earth and for fulfilling the basic needs. They are called natural resources. Can you recall what are the five layers of the atmosphere? Air. The air in the atmosphere around the earth contains nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, six inert gases, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, water vapor, and dust particles. The troposphere contains about 80% of the total mass of gases in the air, while this proportion is about 19% in the stratosphere. And further, in the mesosphere and ionosphere, the of proportion of the mass of gases goes on decreasing. Gases are not found in the exosphere and beyond. Friends, what happened to the screen? Yes. Yes. You can see that air is a mixture of several gases, and it is the chief uh, constituent of the Earth's atmosphere. Besides these gases, air also contains water vapor and dust particles. The amount of the gases in the air is the greatest near the surface and decreases as we go higher and higher from the surface. That is, air becomes rarer at the higher altitudes. The proportion of constituents of air and some of their uses are given here. 98% nitrogen, 21%, oxygen, argon 0.9%, other constituents of air 0.7%, carbon dioxide 0.3%. Some uses of gases in the air. Nitrogen helps the living things to build the necessary proteins. It is useful in production of ammonia and airtight packing of foodstuffs. Oxygen necessary for respiration in living thing, and for combustion. Carbon dioxide plants use it for uh, producing their food, used in fire extinguisher. Argon used in electric bulbs. Helium used used for obtaining low temperature and also for generating lift in airships. Neon used in decorative lights and for street lights. Krypton used in fluorescent tubes. Xenon used in flash photography. Always remember, the living world on the earth is sustained due to the balance between various gases and other constituent of air. The atmosphere is very important filter. It allows the light and the heat of the sun to reach the earth, which is necessary for life, but it prevents the harmful elements from reaching the earth. It It is in the atmosphere that fog, clouds, snow, and rain are produced. Observe and discuss. What is the similarity in the three pictures below? Air pollution. All the above pictures show large scale of emission of smoke through different agencies. This smoke directly mixes with the atmosphere, disturbing the balance between the constituents of air. This is called air pollution. Harmful gases of harmful mm, yes, harmful gases are given out through the combustion or fuels in the vehicles and in big industries, and also through incomplete combustion of fuels like wood and coal. As a result, air pollution is increasing day by day. Harmful substances released in air through combustion of fuels. Nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, soot. Ozone layer, the protective shell. There is a layer of ozone, O3 gas in the lower part of the stratosphere. Ozone gas is not directly useful for the survival of living things, yet it is very important for living things to have this layer of ozone at a high altitude around the earth. The ultraviolet rays coming from the sun are very harmful for the living things. The ozone gas absorbs these rays. As a result, life on Earth is protected. The ozone layer is destroyed if chemicals, gases like carbon tetrachloride chloride or chlorofluorocarbon used in the air conditioners and refrigerators mix with the air. The 16th of September is celebrated as Ozone Protection Day all over the world to make everyone aware of the importance of ozone. Use your brain power. What would have happened if there would be no air on the earth? Do you know? In metropolitan cities like Mumbai, Pune, or Nagpur, boards are displayed at the places of heavy traffic to show the proportion of the various constituents of air at that place. Due to these boards, we can see amount of harmful elements in the air. Yes, friends. Now we will read the next page. Mm, yes, observe and discuss what for which purpose is water being used. Do other living things use water like we do? We use water in large scale quantities. We have learned that water on the earth is re, 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 regulated through the water cycle. The water vapor formed from the oceans is the main source of water in the water cycle. It goes converted into air, creating fresh water sources on the earth. Use of water on the earth. We get water from natural sources such as streams, rivers, ponds, springs, and lakes. Man also dig wells and bore wells to lift groundwater. Apart from this, man has also constructed bunds and dams for various sizes on the earth. Due to the uncontrolled use of water for an increasing population, industry, and farming, it is now in short supply. Water scarcity has been a serious problem. Always remember, use water sparingly. Block water, let it percolate. Store water wherever possible. Rescue water wherever possible. Remember, stored water does not become stale at once. Can you tell what is what is land made of? What do you see on land? What has man created on land? If a deep pit is dug in the ground, what do you find there here? Is land flat everywhere? Does man produce soil land? Land. Land is seen in forms of stones, soil, big rocks. It is not flat everywhere. It is hilly in some places and flat in other. The terrestrial animals, including the man, live on land. Some terrestrial animals dig burrows in the ground for shelter. This means that they use land for fulfilling their need. We also use land for farming and for building houses and roads. we make use of plants and animals in the forest that grow on land. The minerals, crude oil, and natural gases obtained from the earth, land are very important for us. It means that land is an important resource. Let us see exactly what land is made of. Yes, friends, just a second. The minerals, crude oil, and natural gases obtained from the earth, land are very important for us. It means land is a very important resource. Let us see exactly what land is made of. Layers of mixture in the bottle. Big stones, small stones, sand, soil, dry leaves. Take, take a transparent plastic bottle, a handful of soil, some stones, and some dry leaves and water. Cut off the upper tapering part of the bottle. Put the rest of the materials in the lower part of and add water. Stir the mixture uh, thoroughly and put it aside. It observe it the next day and answer. How does the mixture in the bottle look now? How do how do you see the layers in it? What is seen in different layers from the top to bottom? The land on the earth also looks like this. If a pipeline is being laid in the neighborhood, observe carefully the pits dug for the purpose. You will see some layers under the land surface as shown in the accompanying figure. Humus, soil, immature soil, layers of soil and small rocks, bedrock. If the land has mature soil, the topmost layer is formed by the decomposition of remains of plants and animals. This layer is called humus. It is usually found in dense forest. The land below it is full of sand, soil, small stones, worms, and insects. Soil and pieces of bedrock are found below this layer of land. This soil is immature. Further beyond, this layer of proportion of soil decrease and that of rock increase. This is the layer of bedrock. The main minerals in the soil are delivered from these rocks. That is why soil in different regions is different. The color and texture of the soil are both determined by bedrock. The purpose of soil formation. The process of soil formation. The soil on the land is formed by a natural process. The abiotic, the abiotic components of soil are supplied through the weathering of bedrock due to the heat, cold, and water of the sun, wind, and rain, respectively. The bedrock breaks down into pieces, stone, sand, and soil. are formed from these species. Microbes, worms, and insects are found among them. Rodents like mice and rats are also found there. The roots of trees growing on land also help weathering of rock. The process of soil formation is slow and continuous. It takes about 2000 years for a 2.5 centimeter thick layer of mature soil to form. Soil can get destroyed in short period due to floods, storms, and human activities such as mining such as mining. That is why it is necessary to conserve soil and to prevent erosion of land. The best remedy for this is to increase the green cover of the land. Erosion of land is reduced if grass, trees, and bushes are grown in it. Try this. Obtain obtains specimens of soil from various places in your surrounding, such as your own yard, the garden, hills, river banks, fields, and rocky grounds. Note the difference in the s- species with the respect color, feel the texture and the size of the particles. Do you know? Humus is the layer. Humus is the layer. Humus is the layer formed on the soil due to the decomposition of dead plants and animals by microbes. Humus supplies nutrients to the soil. Humus is also important for aerating the soil and for holding water in the soil. Proportion of humus, the upper layer of good fertile soil is about 33% to 50%. Use your brain power. What are the constituents of soil? Classify them as biotic and abiotic constituents. Forest on land got buried underground due to the great, great, great upheavals that took place on the earth many ages ago. After that, the process of formation of fossil fuel from the remains of living things took place underground. We get fuels like petrol, diesel, kerosene, paraffin, and other useful materials like tar, wax from the fossil fuel called crude oil. Living things use land, water, and air available on the earth. So does man. However, the uh, pro- portion of these resources are actually put to use are very small as compared to the whole earth. Look at the following table. Land 29%, potable water, fresh water 0.3%, oxygen 21%. Institutes at work. India Meteorological Department IMD was established in 1875 for studying the weather in the Indian subcontinent. The the main function of this institute is to observe the weather and to make weather forecast. This institute also conducts research related to changes in weathers, makes forecast about rain, and studies the development related to global warming. Even in this small proportion, the resources shown in above table are sufficient for all living things. Only it is very necessary for man to control his greed. In other words, he must use resources judici- judi- uh, judiciously with the awareness that they are meant for all other living things and not just for the mankind. So, yes, what we have learned, the elements available in the nature which fulfill the basic need of living things are called natural resources. Air, water, and land are important natural resources. Soil has both biotic and abiotic constituents. There are many constituents of air, such as nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, six inert gases, water vapor, and dust particles. The ozone layer is the protective shell of the earth. Natural resources should be used carefully and sparingly. So, friends, our today's reading is over, and in the next video, we are going to read the second chapter of the 6th standard EVS textbook, that is the living world. So, friends, bye for today. Like this video and share this video to your friends and relatives. Subscribe to my channel, and bye for today. Bye.